How did we humans ever start killing animals to feed ourselves?
That go back to for a long time, prehistoric. In the beginning, people don't eat animal. They only eat plants or fruits, fruits, mostly when they find it, because at that time, the forest is still lush for fruits, and wild plants are still plentiful. We don't have high-rise building, we don't have pollution. They grow vegetable and everything is fine, and they're feeding themselves with the plant-based diet and the fruit-based diet. And some they don't even eat. The one who came direct immediately from heaven at that time, from the very beginning of the beginning, the human race were divine nature. They did not eat. And then sometimes they suddenly see some form from the sea, and they just, by frolicking with the water, they taste it. And it tastes so sweet. That was nectar in the beginning. The sea was not salted like what it is now. It offers some good, form of sweetness, nectar. So they took it and ate it. They didn't really take it. They just come into their mouth, and then they eat it, and then one tell the other, and they begin eating that. And later, the more they eat, the more they become heavy. They could not fly anymore. They used to fly, like birds without wings. And they live freely with one another, man and woman, like the story of Eden. And then slowly they eat that, and then some more things are crawling, and then they become more hungry after eating it. And then they eat more of this crawling stuff, and then they eat the fruits, and then they eat the vegetable. That was fine for a while. But the more they eat of anything that grow on the earth, the less they be able to fly or to be the one that they used to be when they first came. So they have to walk now. So they have to walk and find food and all that. And that was okay until some people pick up some of the burnt animals that has been burnt by the fire of the forest, And then they picked them up and they tried it because they were hungry. Because the more they eat, the more they're hungry now. Before they didn't know what hunger is. And then they begin eating things, they become more hungry. And so when they could not find any plant things to eat at that time, maybe the forest was on fire or something somehow, and they pick up the dead body of the animals and they tried it. Some people tried it somehow. And then because they're hungry, it tastes okay to them. And then they feel satisfied for a while and they think it's okay to eat that. And then they keep relying on that. And after they don't have those burnt or natural dead animal to eat anymore, they go out hunting, chasing animal and kill them to eat. And that's how it began. That's a sad story, but that's how it began. And then that knowledge is passed on to the next, and the next generation. And that's what we are right now. That's how we arrive to where we are right now, in our state of being. So we have to return to the Eden state of existence, the plant-based diet, so that we can go back to the divine nature that we are. Okay?
Thank you, Ma.
You're welcome. Truly, if humans just turn away from meat and forsake that killing, then heaven will be different. Heaven will be blessing human a lot. Because when you turn away from badness, then you face goodness. There are only two things in this world. Goodness and badness. When you turn away from the darkness, then you see the light. Turn away from negative, then you face the positive. It's very simple and logical. You turn away from killing, then you have longer life. You turn away from causing suffering, then you have a happier existence. Very logical. As you sow, so shall you reap. So I hope everyone in the world will truly turn away from this negative habit of meat eating, because that is indirect killing, and that won't help us to live a long life or eternal life. We have to turn away from badness so that we can be the way we are, because we are divine. And it's a pity because it's so easy to be vegetarian. They don't have to follow me or anything. Just be vegetarian and enjoy their life. Enjoy their health, benefit, and mental lightness, and carefree, and happiness, and loving attitude. Everything will come into their possession if they eat vegetarian. And even cheaper, no? Cheaper to buy, cheap in the long run because they don't have to pay much for the medical treatment. And yeah, they don't have to suffer even.